Hey guys, Jasper Miller here at Miller Small Engine Repair in Madison, Indiana. Today we're working on a Kubota. It's a diesel 323D or D323, and they're fairly common. One of the common issues with these is the wheel seals or the drive seals tend to dry out and they tend to seep or leak. So today we're pulling the final drive on the 323. If you've got one of these, this is something that should be done. Probably about, I'd say, every 400 to 500 hours. Should be part of your service, but like I said, they're an excellent machine. They just need to be serviced and maintained. This is probably one of the cleanest ones I've ever seen. I'm gonna try to zoom in so you guys can see how this looks. On the 323s, where the main shaft comes through the housing or the final drive housing, there's bearings that sit on the outside of the shaft. And the easiest way I've found to pull these is to use a puller, a gear puller, and just pull that bearing. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do that to give you guys a little bit of an idea what that should look like. I've had, when this one first came into us, I wasn't sure exactly how I was going to do it. I've got another mechanic, my main mechanic, actually working on it. He wasn't sure either, so I thought I'd tackle this and show you guys how that should look. So when you put your gear puller on there, just pull that bearing, and you'll see the bearing, the shoulder actually starting to disappear. And you want that. That's what you want to see. You're going to see that bearing start to pop off. Make sure you guys can still see that. You guys see that bearing coming off. Let me set it to the side here where you can see the shoulder itself is disappearing. So I've actually maxed that out on my gear puller. Back that up just a little bit. It should be close enough to where we're getting, and that gear slides, it actually moves, so that tells me we're pretty close. Another thing you guys can do on that is, if you get too short indexable pry bars, these are probably two of my favorites. This is one from Mac Tool I bought years ago, but it's actually got a spring-loaded bill. This one is the same way. These are both probably the ones that I use the most. They're actually both Mac. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think this has replaced this one here. So anyway, but what you can do is put both bills behind the bearing or the shoulder of the bearing, and gently, you want to just pop that off of there. See if it'll do it for you guys to where you can see it. If not, I may have to back up. You want to be careful because you don't want to put too much tension on the gears itself. So one of the things we might do is, I've got some adjustable, I've got some of these that have adjustable shoulders. So I'm going to move up to the next size, and since I've got enough room, I can actually get in behind the bearing. I'm going to move up to the next size. So as you can tell with this gear puller, it's got a flatter shoulder. You can use it either way. It's got a rounded shoulder or a flatter shoulder. So that flat shoulder will come in handy because it allows me to get in behind that bearing just like that. Another thing to know is on different gear pullers, you've got distance that you can take up, and I may have to do that with this one as well. I'm just going to go ahead and do that right away so I'm not wasting time. So we'll move this shoulder down here to that place. And we'll move this one here. I'll go around and do that to all of them. It'll make my job a whole lot easier in the long run. And you don't want to make these tight. If you're new doing mechanic work or working on small engines, I see people do that from time to time. They'll crank these down. You don't want to do that. You just want them finger tight. You want this area to be able to still move freely. All right, I'm gonna realign this. So that timing gear is there. That one's there. And that one there is there. And that should allow me to totally pull that bearing off. I'm going to show you guys what that should look like from this side. Sometimes it can be a bit challenging to get them all lined up, but if you look there, it's sitting nicely on the shoulder of the bearing, nice and flat. That one there's maybe a little bit at an angle, but it'll straighten out if I loosen this up just a little bit. Just like that. All right. All right, that seems nice and flat. And that surface. So the bearing was kind of getting a little bit cattywampus, but anyway, we're gonna zoom in there for you so you can see. If you look at the shoulder, you see how the shoulder's starting to appear, and that's a good sign. That's exactly what we want to see. We're not trying to win any races with this, just nice and easy. Make sure I get the right size socket here so we can keep rolling. This set here I bought from my local Napa store. These work really good. I've had a lot of good luck. But if you watch there, you can see where that bearing is starting to come off. It's working exactly like it should. And I've still got all this distance. With me moving that, I've still got all this distance of threads. And that's exactly what we're looking for. We're trying to look for plenty of thread length to pull that, keep pulling that bearing off of there. And there it comes. There it is. Easy as that, guys. Bearings off, shoulders off. Then I'll be removing this gear, that timing gear. It's not really a timing gear, but it's a gear for what turns the main wheel motor. So anyway, hope that helped you guys today. Get you a set of good gear pullers. Napa local auto parts store should have them, but the importance of a good set of gear pullers is very, very important. And anyway, thanks for watching our video. Like, and if you would subscribe and share. And thank you. God bless you. Have a good day.